even using arrays, at least we can use the computer kind of like a fancy calculator to figure out if I start with 212 degrees Fahrenheit, this is how I turn things into degrees Celsius, and then I add on 273 to make it degrees Kelvin. Okay? Before we knew loops and before we knew arrays, you probably wanted to do something like this: copy and paste. I look at my second number, it's 100 degrees Fahrenheit, so then each time I see 212, I replace it with 100. And I click run, and I see, okay, there's the second part of my answer. And if I wanted to do that a third time, I would copy and paste these lines of code, and I see, okay, now I have 1 degrees Fahrenheit. So probably right here, I'm going to turn this into 1, 1, and 1, so on and so forth. And then now I have 3 temperatures converted into its appropriate Fahrenheit and Kelvin. And then I noticed I made a really annoying error because I started copying and pasting before I started fixing my lines that reflect, okay, this one should be Celsius. And I think we've gone through this loop, gone through this scenario a couple times now because code has been repeated, we notice patterns, and that's why I've equipped you with this loop construct, right? It's very useful in computer science. So then we're like, okay, let us utilize the array. So instead of 212, we do temps square bracket 0, temps square bracket 0. It doesn't seem like it saves us much time right now, but thanks to this number, the index, it will. Okay. And why is that? Because now this is now position 1. 100 was temps 1. 100 down here, same thing, temps 1. We feel the repetition. It's annoying, so there's got to be an easier way. And the really smart computer science people have identified this and want to save you some time. That's why they gave you loops. Okay. So when I make that change, I get the same output, right? But I want to do this in even less lines. Delete all this copy and pasting. So my really big hint is we're going to use a while loop here. We love using I. I stands for an increment. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's going to stop at 12. It's going to begin at 0. And then at the very end, I'm going to repeat things. I equals I plus 1. Or you could write I plus plus. Save and run. And let's see what happens. Clear. Oh no, I just get 212 repeated a bunch of times. Do you see my mistake? I put it in a loop. But now I see the same 212 being converted, let's see, into degrees Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit. And if I scroll over a little bit, yeah, I don't even see my degrees Celsius nor my degrees Kelvin. What's going on? Let me clear this. I'll play that once more. Clear, 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 clear. Oh gosh. Oh no. I entered an infinite loop. My program just crashed. I can save my program. Let me fix you. I can save my program. Stay with me, program. Come on. Yes! Alright, comment is there. And now everything is broken. That's okay, I will fix it. So, okay, that was kind of subtle. So an infinite loop, and you might have come across this before. Your program like comes to a standstill, it keeps repeating things, and then it suddenly freezes out. That's because things are repeating on CodePen's part, and it never knows when to stop. And it happened here, because when I think it happened here. So it kept increasing to 12, and I think it might have reset to 0. Could be wrong. Why isn't this clearing? Okay, so the main idea I wanted to go over is like, let's move this outside. You only do this once. Okay, var I equals 0, and then right here I'm going to change this to be I. Now temps square bracket I represents all the numbers in my temperature array. Okay, now it clears. I see 212 degrees Fahrenheit. It repeats, it keeps growing. But why don't I see my rest? Why don't I see the other things? Jesse, you see it? Oh, right. There we go. Thank you. So notice, previously I was only repeating the first line. That's because I didn't have, thank you Jesse for pointing that out, the squiggly brackets. Technically they're called braces, but I'm different, so I call them squiggly brackets. I think it annoys some people that I do that, but let them be angry. So now I should get something really, really close to the objective of the assignment. Come on, program. Okay, I might have done something naughty, and now CodePen doesn't want to cooperate. I think I put it in the right spot. Clear? Maybe I have to initialize it here. Whoa. Okay, there it went. So now if I scroll up to the top, I see that this thing has 212 degrees Fahrenheit turned into 100 degrees Kelvin, which corresponds to 373.15 Kelvin. It moved on to my second one, degrees Fahrenheit, turned that into degrees Celsius, and then turned it into Kelvin. When I scroll down all the way down here, notice I stopped at the last Fahrenheit in my list to 124, turned that into degrees Celsius, turned it into degrees Kelvin. The last thing that you'll have to do is round off these numbers, and I've pretty much handed you this assignment if you copy and paste this code. Yeah. So there is the thickest of hints. Enjoy it. And this formally is due tomorrow. The grading period ends on marking period 2.